4, 3. We've got ignition. 2, 1. We've got RIP takeoff. TATN is in the building, y'all. Today, the drop dead gorgeous face of Chi-Town's street violence, generational street violence. We snitching tonight. Y'all share this link. And Karen, you can take it away whenever you're ready. Show starts in 5 minutes. Appreciate your support. Like, share, subscribe. Yeah, I gotta figure this out.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
We are, as they say, tangled in our anchor chain. Our financial systems are decades old. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions.
And to love yourself is to love others. To love others is to love yourself. And so if you don't speak negatively in your mind and out of your mouth about yourself, it's going to become next to impossible to do that about someone else.
Once you realize the science of self, because we're all part of the same being, and we're cells of the creator, and we should treat each other as such and accordingly.
And know that words and thoughts are vibrations.
They are things. They are actual things.
They exist.
Yeah, and people feel them whether you know they do or don't. Whether they know you or don't. It's all in the vibe or vibrations.
Yeah, but if you got a calcified third eye, you know what
it's still stuff you feel.
All you want is product. I'm not denying it. I'm just saying, there's a lot of calcification out here.
Yeah, they still feel it.
Block right here. I should call this shit no block. It's 10 o'clock. Where the fuck y'all niggas at? Hey, this what y'all wanted me in Chicago? O block right here. I should call this shit no block. It's 10 o'clock. Where the fuck y'all niggas at? Niggas ain't outside. It's only 10 p.m. Where the fuck y'all niggas at, blood?
O block right now. Where we at? Tell you something, man. This Nino Brown, man. I'm live on O block right now. Where we at? This O block. I'm from Miami.
What the fuck is wrong with him?
Man, we gotta stop killing each other, man. Yeah, this shit ain't about nothing. All that killing shit, we gotta work together, man. Stop killing each other, my nigga. I had to come over here and tell niggas that shit, my nigga.
I'm right here. See where I'm at. I'm out here. Black Star Line cigars. For grown men. On some grown man stuff. And to the PDs, stop doing that killing. Please, stop doing that killing.
Free Chief. Show starts in 2 minutes. Please like, share, subscribe. Snitching tonight.
Brother, I'm wiping it though. I'm gonna wipe it. I'm gonna wipe it. I'm gonna say, hey.
Tori's oldest brother. Between us, Tori made me at Beta, and so he just wanted to say a few words before we let you go here.
Okay. Yeah,
Brother Thomas, thank you so much for gracing us with your appearance, man. Grateful. You expanded our nation beyond belief. It's just a wonderful thing. And we would like to present you with the Self Luv Show first annual Ernest Lee Thomas Achievement Award.
Oh man!
It's
God.
apropos that you are the first recipient.
And Nope, we call it the Raj.
We're gonna call it the Raj.
Oh, I love it. Oh man.
Yeah, so we have it on
God.
order. You know, we so it's gonna come here. We're gonna show it to the show, and then myself or Tasia deliver it to you or ship it to you from there.
Thank you, brother.
And even in this instance, if I could be a service to a 9-year-old girl or a 19-year-old woman or girl who wants to be a woman, is to really remember that self-love is the best way that you can receive love from anybody else, because it's coming from you. A lot of times we forget that. We look externally for this love. We look externally for this feeling of validation and adoration and approval, and it has to come from within.
We're gonna do it. Time to do it. Self Love Show is in the building. Appreciate y'all. Hey, Karen, let's start it up. You're snitching tonight. Oh, hold up. Food for your soul.
Making your mind grow with more growth and development. BS is irrelevant to the intelligent. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is what we represent. It's the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show. We do it for our people. The Self Love Show, it's the Self Love Show, it's the Self Love Show. To expose they don't equal. The Self Love Show, the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show. We wordsmith 9 mil. The Self Love Show, the Self Love Show. You know how the story go. It's the Self Love Show.
That's what it is. It's the Self Love Show. The views expressed in today's podcast are those of the hosts and guests and are not necessarily reflective of TATN or any of its affiliates, because we're snitching tonight. Welcome to the Self Love Show on This Ain't That Network, as we say TATN, where we explore captivating topics to expand our community's mind and ignite your curiosity. This one of the co-hosts, 9 Millie, all praise due to the ancestors, the Most High, and my late beloved Mama Sky. Forever. Tonight, we're going to delve into a deeply impactful and urgent topic. We're going to expose the drop-dead gorgeous face of Chicago's legacy of street violence. Here tonight, we're snitching. We got some names, too. It may surprise you. Is Diddy involved? You'd like that, wouldn't you? We'll explore the harsh realities and human stories behind the headlines, shedding light on the individuals and communities actually impacted by this ongoing crisis. We'll unpack our systematic issues, such as corruption and redlining, have contributed to the cycle of poverty and crime. Corruption within institutions has led to a lack of resources and opportunities within our communities. While redlining has historically segregated our neighborhoods, limiting our access to essential services and economic growth. Doesn't matter. It's a democratic city in a democratic state. Could these factors create an environment, a cesspool, where crime can thrive, perpetuating a cycle of violence, hatred, and hardship? We're going to come together, or we're going to find ways to snitch on all of them, because we're naming names tonight. So stay tuned for an eye-opening and heartfelt conversation. This is Self Love Show, and this is the revolution. These are lessons, not lectures. The revolution will not be on YouTube. We're live in living color. Today is Tuesday, September 24, 24. You cats can be anywhere, at any place, and at any time. And thank you. Thank you for choosing to be here together. Here together. Well, down, brother Wordsmith. What it do, bro? What it do?
I'm manifesting love, man. About yourself?
Ditto, good brother. Pure, unfiltered, unfettered, harsh, many have said, tough, but love just the same, good brother.
No diggity.
What you been up to in your neck of America since we last got out?
Oh man, we had event. Ancestor Echoes had an Autumn Echoes event. Sunday, rained a lot, but still was a great time. Oh my God. We put all the DJ and everything up under the pavilion thing and rocked out.
Somebody left a comment. They said the ancestors never did Autumn. Our ancestors never did Autumn Fest. Nobody responded to it. I don't know.
Well, how do they know that? We've been so disillusioned to everything. I think they celebrated all of the solstice.
All right. You know, I mean, I'm just asking. Thought I'd throw that out there. You reminded me when you brought it up. I'd have to go back to the comment. Maybe Karen could pull it up. I mean, this person had something to say.
Yeah, and maybe their ancestors didn't. I don't know.
All right.
Maybe they don't know who their ancestors are.
Yeah. All right. So what to expect today? We always have our quote of the day. Then we're going to run a short video. We're going to snitch. We know why you guys are here.
I don't know about snitching. But...
Oh, yeah. We're going to name names. They want the Pookies and the Ray Rays behind us. Be all responsible for everything and their poor parents.
We ain't do the crime with them. So we can tell all we want. It's not snitching.
Yeah. There he is again. Karen, stop talking to Brother Wordsmith. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on there. Well, big ups to everybody out there. Yeah, we have our More Growth and Development platform video. Tune in. It's less than 1 minute. Tattoo tyranny. We like to show our government in action and determine if they're doing what we're paying them to do, or if they suck ass, for lack of a better term, or if it's cunt, as the young people say in Manhattan Beach, California. And then we have our dome teaser. Okay. Your dome teaser out there. Your mind is a terrible thing to waste, so we'll drop a riddle, and you got all show to solve it. Normally, Brother Wordsmith's going to come up with the answer. If he doesn't, I promise to give you a key, but you got to stick around to the very end. If your feeble little brain is too tired from work and everything to figure it out, maybe watching TV, multitasking. Multitasking is the new term for new stupidity. All right. And then, of course, our topic, the drop dead gorgeous face of Chicago street violence. We're naming names. Well, Brother Wordsmith said maybe we won't. And we're wrapping it up with my favorite part of the whole shebang, and that's Brother Wordsmith's final words, where he pulls things from the ancestors and the spirit, summarizes everything. And it's just a joy It's a joy, isn't it? Know how he does it. Got any announcements out there, fella? Bear down.
Love, honor, respect. Damn, birthday. My ancestor Echo's family. Mona's birthday was Saturday. I'll say happy belated. That's part of the celebration was for her.
Oh, well, happy belated.
Had a great time.
Yeah, man, and and then R.I.P. to what was it? Frankie Beverly.
Yeah,
and Tito Jackson out there. Tito Jackson and Frankie Beverly out there.
Yeah.
Janet Jackson said, speaking of Tito Jackson, rest his soul, condolences to his family and all of them. She had some Southeast Indian on the other side of the world. Probably ain't took a bath. Well, I can't say that. Maybe she has, but the deodorant is the thing they don't do. Many of them. Got the nerve to try to just ask, the queen a question about this, and asking a black woman and African American, copper colored. And she said, I didn't know she was black.
Yeah. Well,
it's gone viral.
I heard somebody's complaining about it or whatever, but I mean, you know how I feel about that already. So we tucked it in.
Song and dance.
Yeah, we talked about it plenty of times. She's.
Well, they've been showing pictures of her father when he's younger and older. Maybe we'll pull him up later. The more I look at it, he can easily be Indian mixed with Irish.
Yeah. Yes, very easily.
Born and raised in Jamaica.
Especially when you look at his dad. When you look at his mom, though, at least I looked it up to, try to figure something out. Mm-hmm. If these are correct picture photos or whatever. His mom's, her father's mother is looks.
It shouldn't matter, but stop saying that it's the first Black American woman president.
Right. Especially since she was born in California but moved to Canada, so she wasn't
copperish. Did we come up with the term copperish?
She don't have the same. She ain't culturally moved away from her father, and we're
the new ish people in the future. Potentially, if we don't put a stop to it, copperish. All these people will be copperish, and then you know what I mean.
Oh, they're already saying that we're not American Indians.
The Aboriginals.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, original. Origine. Not
Swarthy.
Ab is.
Don't get me started on the Swarthy. All right.
Yeah, because you're gonna be talking about smelly and all of that.
I didn't say nothing. Big ups to y'all. We're gonna get it going. Enough of my yapping.
All right. Let's get it on. Welcome to the Self Luv Show, where today we're going to get down with the get down. Not going to snitch, but we're going to tell on some people.
I got some names.
Yeah. Some names is already known. They're well known, actually, so for the most part. And we got as always, we got a very important video, Silverback More Growth and Development platform, which we're building the Self Love Nation off of. But before that,
these guys are giving out the playbook.
We have the Self Love Show quote of the day. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Once again, that's injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Martin Luther King Jr. Silverback More Growth and Development platform. Number one, Repair our nation via reparations. We demand our silver back. Number 2, to connect our breadwinners with our activists. Number 3, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, to shine a light on positive influence. 5, to heal our community one person at a time. 6, to provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, to cycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless. 9, to close the gap between us and our pink kinsmen. Number 10, protect our women, children, and men by any and all means necessary.
Facts. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. All right. Yeah, last week we broke down how ultrasound therapy can save a nation.
Lots and lots of information. That was information packed.
Yeah.
You want to learn some lessons about ultrasound therapy?
Yeah.
Check it out. Check it out.
What is the root cause, if you had to choose one, of Chicago's generational street violence? Select one. Don't answer now, Brother Wordsmith. This is the poll we have up right now on TATN. Poverty, corruption, poor parenting, poor indoctrination centers, redlining. Now, right now, 100% of respondents have said corruption.
Sounds about right.
Just snitching if you name them?
No, it ain't snitching anyway. Like I said, we ain't decided to do no crime with them. We didn't back him up and then say, oh, he did it after he got caught.
Let's talk about indoctrination. At some point, some guys show up. Some point they became colored, but I'm going way back, late 70s, early 80s. They were appear to be Italian. Pull up, tell you to run around the neighborhood and take down the certain political signs in people's yards. Commit vandalism, And the juveniles in the other neighborhoods do your dirty work and give you cash. Drop Dead Gorgeous Ray School. They were right there, pulled right up. You know what I mean? So I learned at an early age in Chicago. Chicago police are the biggest gang in the city. Don't mess with the mafia. And you say, well, why doesn't anybody do something about the police? The officials are corrupt. This is what the OGs would tell you, your grandparents. Well, why does somebody do something about that? Go hire. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's corrupt all the way up the chain.
Yeah, you can't do that. They're not going to do anything. That's what they say.
Yeah.
You'd be like, why don't you just... Like, oh.
Why don't you go to the FBI? Oh, well. Corrupt too. How about the Department of Justice? I mean,
well,
you know what I mean? Well, how about our Congress? Huh?
Oh, man. So much corruption there. Goodness gracious.
Okay, well, not the glorious Senate. Not the senators.
Them some of
that's
the most
prestigious.
Corrupt. And this is some of the most corrupt, right? That's what their prestige is.
Taught me that at Ray School. The Romans and Greeks created all of that, and the Senate was upstanding, and they were the ones who fought for the people against the big Gestapo king. Drop Dead Gorgeous they were.
Yeah, they were swarthy.
Yeah, well, you're sitting there amongst all of them. You don't know what's going on. All the teachers look like them. Everybody's telling you it's so. They're clean. You know what I mean? And then they got pictures of you there in the same books. You know, people who look like you in some sort of tents, and no science, like savages.
Well, that's what they tried to present. That's what they tried to present.
Presented.
Yeah. So.
That's why it's important, parents, to present what?
The truth.
Yes. Have those things laying around the house and things like that. That's right. Very important. You got to know the truth to present the truth. All right. All right, bro. Let's push on. My bad. All right. So, yeah. Slavery proposition in California. So, right after the state decided not to even vote on reparations. Yeah, we're not even going to vote on it. Very next day, they approved like 150 stacks to get housing for each migrant. And then here's the big proposition: 70-something percent of the state in the polls are for. All right. And the wacky rainbow governor. I mean, this is how they present all the information. This is how the information's been presented in the big circus. You know what I mean? Now he's defending this. It's like, well, we predicted it, so. Run it, Karen. We said this was gonna happen. This is tried and true. This is Pink Man 101, you guys. More slavery.
Robbing stores blind. We've all seen the video for years. Tonight, a new poll shows that Californians are ready to pass a new Get Tough on Criminals law that could have a major impact on crime and punishment in California.
And KCAL News political reporter Tom Wade is live in Porter Ranch tonight with that poll and reaction to it.
That's why they need Kamala.
And Pat and Juan, right now the governor of the state, Gavin Newsom, is very frustrated by the poll results. He says that the poll could show that this law, if it's passed, will disproportionately affect black and brown communities. And he's hoping that voters analyze this and end up changing their minds and voting no.
Prop 36
take that.
Is a real setback.
An exasperated Governor Gavin Newsom reacting to a new poll that shows overwhelming support for Prop 36, which is a tough on crime measure on November's
Nobody
ballot,
respects him.
inspired in part by scenes like this. Penalties for stealing would be harsher if Prop 36 passes.
Look what they show in your face.
Prop 47,
all these actors
voters approved in
migrants
2015,
they brought over here
softened
to do
punishment
this.
for shoplifting and drug dealing.
I know people are frustrated. I know people are angry. I am too. But this is not the way of solving it. It's about mass incarceration.
They let them wear a mask.
1980s mindset where it's possession of drugs and you end up in state prison. The impact's going to have on the black and brown community is
These
next
people are
level.
stupid,
And the
quite
fact
frankly,
that I
all
saw
of
poll today, and so 70% of people want to support it. I was wondering what state I was living in.
A poll from the Public Policy Institute of California shows 71% of voters intend to vote
telling
yes
you how to
on Prop
vote.
36, with 26% opposing it. Greg
Otherwise,
Totten
you're
is the
stupid.
CEO of California's
programming.
District Attorneys Association and co-chair of the Yes on Prop 36 campaign.
Law enforcement out there next to the homeless
We have
guy.
a very bipartisan, huge coalition that includes over 1,000 small business owners, retailers,
Look how red it is.
victims, fentanyl victims.
State Democrats in the legislature who are opposed to Prop 36 worked with the governor to pass 11 bills signed into law last week that toughen penalties for shoplifting, including smash and grab robberies. The yes
No
on
money for
36
reparations
campaign
before
says
you
it's
do
too
this,
late.
so.
Voters are exhausted,
You know.
not just by mass theft, but also by scenes like this in stores across the state, where things like toothpaste and shampoo have to be locked up. And the campaign rejects the argument that jails and prisons will be overloaded.
This initiative is very carefully and
There
thoughtfully
you go.
crafted. It is not a move towards an
It isn't,
extreme
huh?
get tough, lock 'em up type of approach. We see people that have serious drug issues, serious mental health issues. I think all of us want them to get help. All of us want them to get into treatment. And that's what this
There you
measure
go.
promises.
Whether or not Prop 36 becomes law
Hey,
will
get 'em
ultimately be up
drugs.
to voters,
Get 'em
and
in
it's
those
clear
hospital
there is a lot
centers.
of frustration.
Until I really get to see what
Look
the
at that.
proposition you're speaking of, I can't really say, well, I agree with it
There
or
you
I
go.
don't. I just know
She don't
what's
know.
there now is not working and something needs to be done.
I I ain't read none of it, don't even know what it is, but I just
Governor
know
Newsom
say
says
something.
there is no funding attached to this bill that would help with drug treatment programs. He was also asked whether or not he would campaign against Prop 36. He says right now he can't commit to that. He says he's a lot on his plate, including getting Vice President Kamala
70%
Harris
is on his
elected
plate.
as president. Reporting live in Porter Ranch, I'm Tom Wade.
70% polls on his
All right,
plate.
Tom, thank you.
The analytics, his advisors are telling him, hey, look, yeah. Whew, I saw this before. I just saw this before. I'm not saying something doesn't have to be done, but I sat there and I told you, I said they're going to run the fat black ladies out there in the media. And something got to be done because I'm scared. And start locking all the black men up. Seen it. I've seen this before.
That's
yeah,
pretty
and
much
this
what
is,
they do.
yeah. And this is a help, and this is a help, and we know they got problems. Then why not write that bill, jackass?
It's the same 3 strikes thing all over again. They just trying to ramp it up.
Repackage it.
Yeah, first strike.
Mm-hmm. You can't even walk the street. It's probably why they told 12 to stand down. Let everybody walk around. We talked about the mask, Self. Like I can't believe I walked into the bank. Sir, you can't enter without a mask. Oh. Pardon me. Well, let me go get my stick too. You know what I mean?
Make a real withdrawal.
Like, remember people walking around the city, man, at all times of day. This has nothing to do with COVID. There's nobody around these people. They're walking towards your car with masks on.
Yeah, it's not good.
Oh, oof. All right. Drop dead gorgeous. Face of Chicago street violence. Brother Wordsmith said he's not naming names, but I'm here for it.
I didn't say that. I just said it ain't snitching.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's what I said. It ain't snitching because we ain't playing no crime with them and get caught and then tell on them.
Even if we was part of the government.
Right.
Yeah.
We ain't do none of that part. We just.
But could these places have been infiltrated? Or just.
Man, you said very well, like that video we just saw with all of that action going on. Yeah, that was actors.
Yeah, we hadn't commented on the media. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Weirdo first responder. Pink crime. Pink crime. Drop dead gorgeous. Who would have expected it? You'd have invited him home for dinner.
Our top story tonight is the plea from law enforcement for others to come forward if they have been victimized by this man. Thanks for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Manny Martinez.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Luann Sorrell. This former paramedic is now behind bars in Volusia County. And that's where Fox 35's Stephanie Baffamonte is joining us from tonight with the very latest on this case. Good evening, Stephanie.
Good evening. The sexual assault happened about 3 years ago, but it is coming to light now through another investigation that uncovered this cell phone evidence. The sheriff tells me when they went to go interview the victim, she had no idea that this happened. He described this case as disturbing and shocking.
I've been doing this 49 years, and this is probably one of the worst crimes that I've seen by someone that has been entrusted to provide a level of care and violated that to unimaginable.
Is that R on his face?
According to law enforcement, cell phone video shows former first responder James Melody molesting an unconscious and incapacitated woman while she was in the ambulance being taken to the hospital. According to the report, Flagler County Fire Rescue was called out for an unresponsive and intoxicated woman who needed help. The 37-year-old is a former Flagler County paramedic and firefighter. Melody was on duty and in uniform. According to the report, he was seen setting up and moving the camera during the sexual assault, where you could clearly see his face. Sheriff Rick Staley with strong words for the accused first responder.
What a pervert. I mean, this guy really should be thrown under the jail and the key thrown away to do something like that to unsuspecting victim, in this case completely unconscious, to attack her for his own obviously self-gratification, and on top of that record it
According to law enforcement, this happened in 2021, but he was just arrested. The report says Daytona Beach police were investigating another sex offense when they found the videos and photos on Melody's phone. The sheriff believes there could be more victims.
If somebody thinks, or they have, groggy memory of, they think something happened, let us know. Let us investigate it.
Dr. Janie Lacey says it can be hard for people to come forward, especially if they are questioning whether they remember something correctly or not.
It just takes a little bit of some type of flashback. They should absolutely come forward. There's nothing to be ashamed about. And we share our stories and we come forward so that we can help other people.
Did he not know?
And if you do think you're a victim, please contact the sheriff's office. They want to help you. You can also contact them anonymously by calling Crime Stoppers. Reporting live in Daytona Beach, Fox 35 News.
Man, talking about a wacko, that dude's a wacko.
He's old. He's old way. You know what I mean? Everything he said was perfectly normal when he was a rookie.
He tricked on himself.
Oh, you mean the weirdo?
Yeah.
He
tricked on himself with the camera. What the hell is wrong with these people?
And they were investigating something else.
Yeah, and had his phone. So he,
Thank God they allegedly got him off the street. You know what I mean? If he's, you know what I mean? Thank God. Because
that was going to be a repeat offender.
I mean, if he wasn't already.
Yeah, I'm sure he was already, but I'm saying...
Oh, he wasn't.
They might find some on his fucking phone, more on his phone.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, he was spending too. Yeah. All right. The Drop Dead Gorgeous face of Chicago street violence. You guys, we're here to point it out. All right. We're going to lay it out there for you. You might be surprised. All right. I got the riddle for you. I am a barrier that divides, yet I'm not a wall. I create lines that are invisible, yet they are felt by all. What am I? Drop that in the chat.
Say it again, too.
Dude, Dempsey said he wanted to watch it later.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit was...
Yeah, set up a whole, video session. That's a lot of times, I don't know who put it in there like that, but, no, you know what I mean? Like, who is that you're putting in there? Your sister? No, I'm riding with her, you queer. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, wasn't like they were like, performing any surgery, bullet and that kind of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I am a barrier that divides, yet I am not a wall. I create lines that are invisible, yet they are felt by all. What am I?
Mm-hmm. I think.
You're close. Yeah, I can see why you think that. That's not it. All right, enough of the appetizers out there.
Let's quench the self-love nation's thirst.
Big ups to Dempsey Dent. Sounds like a baseball player from the Negro Leagues.
That's one of my partners with Ancestor Echo. Yep.
Did he play baseball?
I don't know.
There's
I'm not sure.
Karen, there's a video to run.
Okay.
You were close, brother Newman. They wouldn't have put him in the slow classes. First off, because he's high yellow.
When I look back at the show, I don't see the chat.
You don't have the guts to be what you want to be.
I know what you're saying. It used to always be there. I've been trying to figure
that out. Yeah.
I think they shadow ban in our live chat.
Yeah.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say that's the bad guy.
And if you guys got any topics in mind, let us know. We'll be more than happy to unpack it for you.
So, what I make you? Good? You're not good. You just know how to hide. How to lie.
Next week on Mouthpiece Included.
There are a lot of people out here that are sitting on cash that want to get a greater return.
R.I.P. George Floyd. That's why we do our show. At least that's where it started. So R.I.P. to that brother. Condolences to his family. All right, y'all. Let's talk about it. The Drop Dead Gorgeous. We're going to expose the face of the Chicago generational street violence. Let's get to the root of it, brother. One thing I didn't learn about at that beautiful school I showed in that video right there, Drop Dead Gorgeous, William H. Ray School in 57th and Kimberg. What was the Chicago race riot of 1919 and what triggered it? I had literally never heard of it.
Yeah, that summer, that was Red Summer too. There was a lot of riots around the country.
East St. Louis.
Racial riots. There was a lot of them.
Was that what they were calling it, race riots, or was it just people attacking black, copper-colored people?
Well, anytime they say riot, then it's it's labeled. It is, that's most of the time what that is. But this time it wasn't exactly that way, because what happened was some pink people drowned a young man, young copper-colored man, and
claimed he walked on the white side of the beach.
Yeah. And the police wouldn't do anything. So some ex-soldiers, they said, this is what is said. So, gotta take that with a grain of salt.
Navy?
Yeah, that some of the black people that came back from war.
Oh, okay.
So it was like the most deadliest of all of the so-called riots. And there was some casualties on both sides.
Never heard about that. I was learning about the Persians and shit.
Yeah, but even before that, Dusabo, when he came here, said that the people was at war with each other. Before there was a trading post here, exactly, he supposedly had them make a treaty and stop all that wilding, but they was already spilling each other's blood on these lands.
Hopefully Kamala Harris could negotiate a treaty between Israel and Palestinians. Neither one of them can. Yeah. It's a money grab. In my opinion. It's been a money grab for years. Always follow the money. Yeah, so 38 deaths, 500 injuries, allegedly. Those are the numbers. Well, how do you think the outfit, so-called organized crime in the 20s impact what's going on today, if at all?
Not as much as you would think, but the outfit in the 70s, because it went all the way from the 20s to the 70s. Don't think it stopped. It, might not have been mafia, might have been some Irish later on, but all of that's been going on the whole time. And that influenced a lot. some of our so-called street organizations design themselves to protect the neighborhood from those and the police.
Yeah. Just find it hard to believe that the outfit would just turn over control of the streets like that without putting themselves in a position to ultimately still control the streets.
And still organized crime, dealing with a lot of stuff that's going on here.
Yeah, I mean, this could go to the Vatican.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but that area, that era.
Religion as a whole.
Yeah. But allegedly, that's when a lot of the corruption started. Of course, we already had banking here.
Those are the most corrupt people.
But as far as paying off the politicians, Chicago could be paid the police.
Yeah, that's still to this day. Shit, you get to find the right one. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
What did Jesse Jackson Jr. go to prison for? Ed Burke in prison right now. What's his name? What's that son? He on his way there. What's his name? It was the long time running the Democratic Party for
Fast Eddie Fadoliak.
No, not Fadoliak. He was not Fadoliak. It was Madigan. Yeah. Madigan's on his way. Well, he might be locked up already.
Yeah, all those aldermen, you would have to start questioning.
Yeah, I mean, shit, it was well, that's a lot later. So we'll get there. We'll get there. Aldermen. Ooh.
All right, so how is the
Yeah, they said the mafia bought the judges, prosecutors, the policemen. Said Capone was in all their pockets.
Yeah, so much money. He was making more than the bankers.
Yeah, he was something else. Something else.
Have you seen an arc? Any difference in the violence? Murder, crime, violence stats, say from 1970s to now in Chicago?
Yeah, well, the crack epidemic made it. The murders wasn't as high as the early 70s, but it was more consistent every year. It was a lot. And the crack epidemic made and there was a lot of corruption. There was a lot of, cops getting arrested for, corruption during then.
And the types of guns being used, I think is the biggest difference.
Yeah, man. Illinois' gun laws now are crazy, man. Like you can't even have like a regular full magazine.
Yeah, man. You got people with switches and all this type of stuff, bro.
And you can only have 7 bullets in your gun. Legally. That's just ridiculous. They still want it. They still want the illegal people to be have an advantage. And I don't understand that.
Yeah, it don't make sense
at all.
Plans integral to making your mind grow with more growth and development. BS is irrelevant to the intelligent. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is what we represent.
Yeah.
It's the Self Luv Show.
Y'all know what that means.
The Self Luv Show. We do it for our people. The Self Luv Show. It's the Self Luv Show.
We got some edutaining videos I want you to check out. And we're going to get right back to it. We had the drop dead gorgeous face of Chicago street violence on the Self Luv Show.
There are a lot of people out here that are sitting on cash that want to be able to get a greater return for their money than what they could get in a CD, sitting in a bank account, even with the stock market. This is the thing that kind of got me being on the investor side of the business. That's different from, I want to buy a piece of property, so I'm going to go to a bank and then I'm going to do all the things that I need to do to get a bank loan to buy a property. You can go to a bank and go through that traditional route, but when you're an investor, you can find a guy that's sitting on $500,000, and in order to loan that money, he's not necessarily going to look at your tax returns. He's not interested in your credit score. He don't want to see your W-2s or want to see how many years you've been on your job, what's your title. He's not interested primarily in any of those things. He wants to sit down across the table from you and just kind of see what kind of gut feeling he gets from you as a person. Does he get the sense that you're somebody with integrity that he can trust with his money?
Next week, 9/3/24, off-brand presidential candidates. We only got two candidates. It's only two. Somebody asked me, well, what are the other ones?
Allegedly, that's ignorant.
All right, so we're going to go down this rabbit hole, you know what I mean? And we're going to, handpick some of these candidates, the ones the media is not talking about. I posted what my list of demands are from this so-called government. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to show people how, in my opinion, they should make these decisions when they're going to throw their vote away. Because if you're voting for one of these souls, guess what? You could be throwing your vote away.
Yeah, you decide between lesser evils, then you probably are.
If we were educated, we would know that Kamala Harris is part of the boule. We would know that those organizations have been in existence for hundreds of years. And if they are planning 500 years in advance, how can you compete if you don't educate yourself? Barack Obama, Trump, and Biden, none of them did anything for any of us. And Kamala Harris is going to follow that same trend. She might smile in your face. She might have caramel skin. She might pour hot sauce on her food.
You have no idea. This is how my mother kept all of her stuff.
At the end of the day, she's not going to do anything for us. And when we realize that none of them are going to do anything for us, and we got to start our own, we'll be better off. The first government is a husband and wife and a family, and then the extended family. And if that husband and that wife is not financially planning for the future, they're going to suffer.
I travel around and I get hit with Chicago is a violent town, and the violence is perpetrated by the black race. I think the media amplifies violence in Chicago and makes it seem like people can't walk out their homes without being shot, stabbed or killed. The majority of black people are law-abiding, sensible, nonviolent people. So all this crap about this violence in the black community that is overtaking everything in our city is just a bunch of bull. Because most of the people that I know are law-abiding citizens, and they are not into that stuff. you have a faction, but it is definitely not the majority of the black race.
And that faction, their beef is usually contained amongst themselves. When did you acquire the quote unquote millionaire mindset?
I think I was fortunate to be born with a hustle, but a hustle is not a millionaire mindset. A lot of people, don't necessarily like social media, etc. I always tell people the nice thing about social media is you can craft it to be what you want it to be, right? So I have a page that on everything that comes up is fire. It's all information, right? It's no women, it's no sports, it's no memes. It is all information. And so if I spend, because I'm gonna pick up my phone, I'm gonna jag off 30 minutes, not literally jag off Paul.
I'm gonna say you better get some women.
That's 2 minutes.
Back to the women. They're gonna jag off.
So, in terms of time, I'm gonna spend 30 minutes online, and so putting that information into my mind 30 minutes a day, 7 days.
And it bows to his will. Nothing is as rebellious as the white man. Everything that God said thou shalt not do, the white man says, gee whiz, buddy, it's all right. Come on, try it. You like it, baby. It's okay. Gee whiz, you guys are too riches. You only live once, man. Come on. You know the junk talks like that. I'm talking about Bob. I'm talking about Bill. I'm talking about Larry. You know the guys I'm talking about. Now, listen, you acting like you don't know them. That's why we don't allow no white folks in here. Because if we had white folks in here, you'd be looking all behind you and wonder what Bob and Bill and Larry and Susie and Cindy might be thinking.
Man, I thank you guys for inviting me on. Thank you. Great format, very solid. It don't have that low budget movie feel. You know what I'm saying? And we get that a lot in the black community, for real.
Yeah.
Like people look at us to be fuck ups. They look at us to be low budget. They look at us to be ignorant, stuttering, and use a whole bunch of and all of that. But no, they got the real deal on here. That everybody know who Torian Mills is, baby. They know.
Hey, well, bro.
They're so ignorant.
Hey, but this platform's your platform. This platform's my platform. From Inglewood, California to Chicago,
South Shore.
Crazy thing about it.
This platform is
made for you and me.
It's made for you.
The crazy and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. I was trying to get out the end of the preamble, but go ahead, bro.
Yes, y'all.
It's the Self Luv Show, the Self Luv Show, the Self Luv Show. We do it for our people. The Self Luv Show, it's the Self Luv Show, it's the Self Luv Show. To expose they don't equal. The Self Luv Show, the Self Luv Show, the Self Luv Show.
Tory Wordsmith 9 Mills.
The Self Luv Show.
You know how the story goes. The Self Luv Show. Welcome back. Some great videos, wasn't it? Outstanding. So today we're back with it. The drop dead gorgeous face of Chicago street violence on the Self Luv Show. Talked about some early times, and now we finna get into some closer times. Some more explanations, some more name drops. Listen closely. You know how the story goes. It's the Self Luv Show.
We back in the building. All right. Let's talk about some corruption. We kind of went into it already, bro.
Yeah, no doubt. And they had, man, what was the 80s? The Silver Shovel, was that it?
Oh, yeah.
Grey Lord, Operation Grey Lord. Man, they had, because it's the city that works, and there's still some corruption because the money ain't all what it should be.
Yeah, it's all corrupt, bro. It's all corrupt.
Yeah, they had the Summerdale scandal. Yeah, there was lots of corruption going on, man. Just crazy. Crazy. And it don't stop. So many scandals. The Summerdale scandal in the 60s.